Welcome to part 7 of the Final Fantasy VI Let's Play, folks. In this part, we are finishing off Sabin's scenario, but before that, we're gonna do some rage grinding. So let me continue on where I left off. So in order for Gal to learn more rages, he has to leap at enemies while in the Veld. Now, when you leap at an enemy, you're not just learning the rages from the enemy that Gal leaps at, you're also learning the rages from all the enemies in that formation. Now, when you leap with Gal, you lose him for the party momentarily. Then you have to keep fighting until he decides to come back. Now, you don't have to keep feeding him dried meat in order to get back into the team.
That's what I thought I did, so I bought 10 pieces of it.
He automatically recognizes you as Mr. Thou and Thou King and decides to join the party back. So, and here we go.
Now, is it just the enemies that he leaps into that he learns, or does he learn it throughout all of the fights between now and then?
No, not all the fights in between. He learns the rages of enemies he leaped at and the enemies that he learns from the fight here. Because, spoiler warning, Gal's going to join us after this fight. And since he joined us in this fight, he's also going to learn the rages of Templar and Soldier.
Can he also learn some of the really out there ones? Because I know there's a few bosses he can get.
The only bosses that immediately come to mind are the Behemoth King and the Undead Behemoth King.
And
there's actually a glitch involving that in the Super Nintendo version where it's impossible to learn the rages of one of them.
Aww. That's why I didn't draw him with the flies.
So, in between then, I've learned the rages of quite a number of encounters. Pretty much almost every encounter that we've encountered through this playthrough so far, 7 parts in.
The only thing I hate about this is you gotta constantly go back to the Veld every single time to do this, and it's really more of an issue when you don't have a plane or a Gal in the party at the same time, so it ends up becoming a bit of a hassle. But when you can, it's really beneficial to level him up.
To me,
he's more than just Scratch Cat too. I've seen, Christ, I wish I had that thread. Orange Fluffy Sheep showed off that's the username by the way. Showed off quite a few Gal's fantastic rages, because not only when he rages, not only does Gal get new abilities, he also gains some buffs.
Yeah.
Like some of them will custom with auto haste or auto protect and stuff like that.
He like I said, he pretty much takes the properties of the enemy he's mimicking.
Is he dragging his ass on the floor?
Yeah, he forgot to wipe.
That's how he wipes.
But yeah, Gal can be the most pivotal player in anything. It could be a natural run, it could be a low-level run, especially low-level runs, because you're really going to take advantage of Gal's abilities. The problem with Gal is that the further along the game you get, the more of a pain in the ass it is to learn specific rages. Not just rages in general, specific rages. Because the more enemies you encounter, that's more invited to the Veld party. Which means you have a lot more random encounters to shuffle through if you're looking for one particular enemy. And again, because of how the Veld breaks everything into blocks and blocks of blocks, you could be there forever looking for this specific formation.
There's also the other thing too. Considering how 6 isn't really a hard game to break in the first place, there are so many ways you could break this game with a hammer that Gal just feels like a more pain in the ass way of going about it.
No, Gal is definitely, I agree, but when you decide to go out of your way with him, it is pretty fun to use him.
I suppose.
Yeah. And I will be using him for a bit of this playthrough because, again, I'm not really spending any time level grinding. You know, rage grinding, it's another thing. You don't gain experience in the Veld.
Of course not.
You only gain money.
Or do you don't even gain AP?
No, you don't. Yeah, you can get magic points.
That's a good way to get your abilities while keeping your levels low too. So that helps out well.
Assuming you're not abusing Intanger.
What the fuck?
So this is the shiny treasure that Gal wants to offer us. It's an air breathing apparatus.
Diver helmet.
Yeah, a diver helmet. There's only one, so I'm assuming Seon and Sabin and Gal just squeeze their heads into it. So we got a dive helmet that looks like it has 6 legs.
You probably get confused for a monster.
Yeah. We are truly the inner beast.
We won't see our friends again. My friends are dead.
My family died. Yeah, take a number, buddy. My father's dead. And this
Gal,
guy's
what about
father.
Yours?
Holy shit.
Gal probably ate his.
He was mimicking a behemoth that day. Let's go.
Bye, kid.
I hope you can swim. Wow, I just love how this area blatantly reuses the Light River graphics.
It does.
All right, so now we have an automated but underwater sequence here. Pretty nice.
It does look good.
Kind of reminds me of the underwater areas of 5 with the submarine.
Yeah.
Now this is not complete.
Underwater slits are fucking Emerald Weapon is 7.
This is not. Oh god. This is not entirely automated. There are times where you are given a choice to go left or right. Never go left unless you just want to bypass all the dungeons and treasures, because there's no reason to ignore the treasures unless you're speedrunning.
Right.
But there are also random encounters in underwater, and the one we want to look out for is this jellyfish-looking enemy. I say it that because I forgot his name already. So yeah, this is a little cursor. It's automatically pointing right. Don't touch anything. Just let it go right. Because by going right, we get a random encounter. There we go. The ass pick.
What's he do?
Ass pick.
Oh.
The ass pick right there can be very dangerous because it has an attack called Gigavolt. And that does like tier 2 damage, lightning damage.
On a tier 1 party.
Yes. That's dangerous. But that's also not the only thing that could really bite you in the ass. You notice the little eel enemies. I forgot the names of them too. If you encounter one by itself, or if you encounter a team of 2, they will do their Aqua Rake spell. Which is...
water wind.
Yeah, water elemental, fuck you. It's not quite as strong as El Nino, but it's still right up there. And it's like 200 damage a pop to every character. So you really don't want to run into that. Here we go, the angry form. I better kill these guys as fast as I fucking can, because if I wait too long, they're gonna cast Aqua Rake.
Do you show off a lot of the rages throughout the
playthrough? Yeah, I do that later, because right now I'm just trying to blow through this place because I'm almost done with this scenario. I'm really showing off primarily Templar and Stray Cat. Templar, okay, here's Aqua Rake, by the way.
Glove, motherfucker, you're dead. Oh!
You're in an underwater area. How about some more water? Ah!
Can you heal up from the menu here?
You can't heal. You can't access the menu when you're swimming.
Oh shit!
You have to wait until you get into a dungeon area. Luckily, this one right here. So the 2 rages that I'm showing off primarily for this sequence here is Stray Cat and Templar. Templar, not so much with stats, but it does have access to Fire 2, and Gal can use that single target or multi-target, but that's random. Stray Cat, on the other hand, as you see, has access to a physical attack called Cat Scratch, which really hurts.
So we see.
Yeah. But there are also a lot of other rages that you can really get a use out of. Some of them, give Gal access to spells that you would have otherwise no access to, like St. Elmo's Fire, which at this point in time might as well be like tier 2 Fire 2 magic. And it's really cool the kind of things you can do with Gal. You gotta do some research beforehand, unless you just want to go like, Gal's experimental power flower hour with rages.
Gal's experimental power flower.
Because you never know, really. It's like a box of chocolates.
It is.
You never know what you're gonna get unless you memorize that enemy-specific pattern.
Or
so
you have a guide.
We're going to the Nikea.
Nikea?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
This town really doesn't offer anything different besides what Mobliz already did, so if you didn't shop there, you can shop here. That girl up there is a hooker.
What happened?
The girl up there.
What about her?
She's a hooker.
Really?
They obviously, they toned down the language for this translation, but...
So now she's a dancer.
Yeah, that's what they call her here. But, she really hitting on...
Such a howlos.
Jeez, don't blow an artery, baby. And she's really got the hits on. She got the hots for Cyan. Cyan's not hearing any of that.
She might be. What is he? A silver fox?
Yeah, I don't really know. I think it's because you still got the death of Elaine and Owain in his head.
I don't blame him for that, but at the same time, she's attracted. He don't know any better.
Yeah.
If only because, like I said, she might be into the whole silver fox thing.
Yeah.
Which I can't blame her for, because chicks. I mean, with a lot of female friends I've made over the past years, ladies really do dig a silver fox.
If you notice there, she said to Cyan, like, stop whispering, my ears are burning, baby. And Cyan had a violent reaction. In the advanced and original Japanese translation, that's actually where she's introducing Cyan to her breasts, which she gave names, Humpty and Dumpty. And Cyan has the appropriate reaction. It's like, let me tell you what's wrong with you. And then he just goes on a rant and rambling.
Killjoy.
Sabin, on the other hand, is wondering, why is she hitting on me? I'm the monk.
Oh man, I'm fucking repressed. Look, don't get me wrong. I'll unlock the night's chakra later. Right now, I need some fucking puss. Part of my bluntness there.
So there is actually a pathway we can take north to the Nikea. I want to call it Nikea. No, I mean, that's how it's pronounced. Nikea. But funny. There was a recent mudslide.
It's Nikea.
Yeah, I know. I call it the Nikea, though.
Nikea is funnier, though.
Yeah. There was a recent mudslide to the north of this town. Here it is. But the rock slide has blocked the path to the north. So we can't go north and go to where we need to go.
Of course not.
Later down the road, that mudslide and the rock slide is cleared up. So you can travel south to this town. It saves a lot of time when trying to learn Mog's Water Rondo dance. Because there are 2 areas where you can get Mog's Water Rondo dance. I'm going to bring this up again when it's appropriate, but for the longest time, I thought you had to go past all these areas just to get back to the underwater section of the Veldt. That's not the case. You can also learn Water Rondo on Barren Falls.
Right.
So
I think that's where I learned it.
Yeah, that saves a hell of a lot of time. But I'll explain that again later down the road, because it'll be some time before we do that. So there's really nothing left to see here for Nikea.
Oh, what about Humpty and Dumpty?
Get Humpty and Dumpty later.
Yeah,
after I get past my Survivor's Guild.
Oh, God.
So this ship, though, will take us to South Figaro.
I do like that they give you an additional option to shop one more time in case you're really, really not sure you need something.
Yeah. At the same time, though, if you're not ready, why are you approaching the boat guy in the first place? There's a little detail that I like. I'm not going to show it off for this. It
looks like they're in sunset. The coloration looks slightly different to me.
Yeah, I can see that. There's a little detail that I think I'm not going to show off at this point yet. But if for any reason you head back to Nikea after the events that go down here, Imperial soldiers will still be in South Figaro. So the guys in the boat saying, oh, listen, we can leave you on South Figaro, but you got to hide yourself in the treasure chest.
Wow.
So they can get you inside South Figaro without the soldiers stopping them.
Open it up and you give them a tonic with a handout. Here you go. Oh, thank you.
Open it up, and it's Saban's uppercut. So now all 3 formations are back in Narshe. So now we can go ahead with the big plot.
The adults plot.
Yeah. We're playing with the big boys now.
Apparently the Empire has it all in them to recreate the War of the Magi.
Yeah, because they really want to invest in magic, and they think the Frozen Esper will really help them with that plans. Thing is that Narshe doesn't side with anybody. They're independent.
Right.
They don't side with the Empire. They don't side with the Returners. So we're really trying to get them to side with the Returners. I mean, after all, you saw what the Empire did with you guys earlier. Yes, she was there. It's kind of her fault. But, you know, that was then. This is now.
Okay, now look. All right, so Saban brings 2 people back with him like he just found cats on the street. This year had everybody lost to him by poison attack, and this boy was raised by wolves.
I call it Gal. It calls me the Thou King.
And this guy's Mr. Thou. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Apparently Scion recognizes Celeste. General Celeste.
She torched Miranda. Yikes.
Yikes. Oh, she's probably responsible for that guy in the bed.
Oh, boy. Could it be really that, or just because he tried to woo Celeste and got slapped so hard for it he's in a coma?
That's one hell of a slap. Why can't I use that against bosses?
Because they're immune to status effects.
The love-piercing slap.
She takes off the glove and gives 5 in the eyes. I challenge you to a duel.
Scion is not trusting of Celeste. But then Terra also opens up. You know, I'm also an Imperial soldier. Not anymore, but I used to be. So it's just...
I love Celeste as a character more than Terra, I confess.
Really?
Yeah, Celeste was more of the wants to redeem herself for the atrocities she committed, and that's a good arc for me. I love that arc.
Yeah. Well, Terra's arc is more of...
Meanwhile, Kefka does, what the fuck?
The sidestep chop.
and all the soldiers are like, oh, fuck,
it's
I ain't arguing with that.
Just go with it, go with it.
I'm not going to argue with that.
If you don't let him have these episodes, who takes that on us? You saw Doma Castle. You saw it.
That already poisons his lunch. Which he probably does anyway.
So you notice that Locke really, really likes to protect ladies. I mean, he offers...
That reflects in Final Fantasy IX's Protect Ladies ability.
Yeah. Well, it's not because he's a flirt. It's just, well, past events that we'll get into later. But you know, Cyan was going after Celeste, and Locke said, You're not doing that, buddy. I promised.
Here we learn Celeste. Wait, what the fuck? Celeste tries to tell her about her past, and she goes, Have you ever loved anybody? That's a good to Patrick from SpongeBob. I love you.
Just close the door right on her.
Throws a snowball on her.
She has no time to love. She's a general, not a love-starved twit.
Oh, it's not only that. It's like, what timing?
Yeah, it's not that's not exactly an icebreaker, Terra.
Oh, that's a total icebreaker. That's like, ah!
It's an ice shatterer. All right, now it's time for another big battle sequence. So, you're allowed at this point in time to talk to anybody and put them in front of the, put them in the lead of the party so you can switch up their equipment. That's what I'm doing. I'm optimizing everyone's equipment so they're all good to go. When you're ready, talk to Bannon. So now we have to split the party up into 3 separate formations. And because we're resources are a little low, not every formation can have 4 players.
Gal could carry one by his own, so I would really like...
Not on his own. Because once he goes into rage mode, you're not healing him in battle. So that's kind of reckless. I will give him the benefit of having Celeste and Locke. Celeste because she can heal because she has Cure Magic. And Locke because he's a thief.
That's why I went to Edgar and Terra.
Yes. No.
Who got Gal?
Fuck. Oh, he's already humping Celeste's leg.
I just peed on my boots.
He likes to mark territory. So we got 3 parties here. And Kefko's brought a fuckload of soldiers. Thankfully, 6 of them are green.
I think, do they indicate the strengths?
Yes. Different formations, too.
Yeah.
Each soldier class, I believe, has 2 formations. No, the brown ones are usually heavy armors with soldiers. The green ones can either be 2 formations. They can either be 4 soldiers, or they could be a soldier with 2 guard dogs. Right, here we go. Troopers. They're always coming rounds of 4 when you're fighting them by themselves. Now, for Sabin and Cyan, I kept them in a group because they're physical brutes. They can take care of themselves. If I gotta heal them, I got tonics and potions in my inventory.
That's usually why Gal goes with them.
No, because
you don't have any healing rages with Gal.
You can if you want to. If I have to study up on my rages because I rarely use rages that heal. I like to use rages that induce a lot of physical pain.
Monster.
Damn right.
Such is.
Well, the soldiers really have it out for Terra and Edgar, and the reason why I have those 2 paired up is because Edgar will do most of the damage with auto crossbow, while Terra can inflict the pain herself with fire, but she is also my healer for this place.
Ow!
My knee! But that didn't kill them exactly, so Terra will inflict the
Terra will run him through with fire!
Terraform! Peekaboo! If I don't look at you, you're not there.
Go over there, go over there.
Actually, that is a way that you can avoid them. If you make eye contact with them, obviously you're gonna fight them. But if you run past them when they're in the middle of running to the next tile, you can run past them. But these are very tight corridors. That's not gonna happen.
I like this track.
I was like, I blacked out.
Personally, I love this track.
Yeah, it's a really invigorating track. Like, here comes the big battle. Let's go.
The green mooks are dead. Go for the brown ones.
Ouch! Okay, I gotta split it up because I want Locke to get some love too. Sabin and Cyan are tired. But now we're getting the brown soldiers in here too. The brown soldiers can be troopers with Fidos. Like, they're dogs.
I want to see you keep struggling through that explanation. That was funny.
What?
They're Fidos. They're dogs.
Well, there's no other way to put them. That's what they are. I'm not lying.
Fidos don't do really much damage, do they?
They have Pounce. Pounce hurts. Can do like 150.
Oh, shit.
200 damage. There you go, Fidor.
Fidor, that's the name you're thinking.
I forgot the R.
I remember those things. Those things do fucking hurt, but they burn easily, I believe.
There you go, Pounce. Ow! Well, I'm in the back row, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, that's a good thing I was in the back row. That might have been dangerous. Oh, for God's sakes. Yeah, the screen automatically shifts to the character that encounters a soldier.
Right.
So...
And Terra is surrounded by 4 guys wanting to get her attention.
Help!
I like to imagine that was really more of a case of her being on like the love show or something. Bachelor number 1. I've committed a genocide in 3 cities. How many have you murdered?
I have no idea what love means. Can you tell me what love means? Oh, baby, like you wouldn't believe. I don't know. You sound like a lech. You don't know what a lech is. You're right.
Edgar being one of the contestants.
Do you know what love is? Here we go. Okay, now we can actually fight heavy armors.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Hurt me.
Don't hurt me no more.
Nah, you don't seem like you know what you're talking about. Heavy armors are, just regular mech armors, but they have bigger defense. Fire pierces that, though, so you don't have to worry about that. I also think auto crossbow ignores that, too. The only other thing that of any notice for heavy armors is that they have a reflect barrier. That's right. The answer was fish. They have but the tech laser hurts for heavy armor. That's like
that's like 140 damage.
Yeah, that's pretty dangerous. It's a good thing I actually didn't aim for Terra. Besides that, yeah, they only have a reflect sort of attack which bounces off magic. So, but that's only like really late into the fight if you take too long.
Right.
So
and that doesn't and auto crossbow doesn't want to hear that shit.
No. Notice, though, it was at 121, so the heavy armor does have a lot of defense.
And meanwhile, those 2 guys are just ignoring Locke and going right for the top.
Yeah. If any of the soldiers reaches Ban, it's game over.
Fuck, you can't even heal?
No. Well, no. Because Ban... Get away from me! You fucking pussy! Hey, where's your god now, Oracle?
Whatchamacallit? Do you fight, are some of these encounters bosses?
No, most of the time it's just troopers and Fidors and heavy armors and troopers, or just troopers in general. The rounds of 4 troopers are usually the green soldiers, but they're all dead. So now there's just the regular brown soldiers left. Because I'm playing this pretty low level and I have limited resources, I'm not going to fight all the soldiers. If you could just get to Kefka, they all disappear.
Amazing, I never knew that.
So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm positioning Sabin and Terra to the left and right so that they can't get to Ban and they would have to intercept me. At the same time, though, I'm also going to switch to Locke and just make a beeline towards Kefka.
That guy's one of the...
yeah, this guy's a rider. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's a pretty fucking evil-looking guy.
Seriously, what did he... Who pissed in his Cheerios?
The Beast, but he's riding it, so he doesn't want to piss it off.
Oh, blame him for that?
Yeah, the rider is the most dangerous of the mooks, but that's all he is a mook. A few dispatches here and a suplex there. He'll go down no problem. This is why I have Sabin and Scion taking care of him, because they're my heaviest hitters.
Meanwhile, he just beat the fuck out of a beast.
Fuck yeah, what did you do today? Okay, the rider's gone. Kefka's wide open, so I'm going to switch to Locke and make a beeline towards Kefka, ignoring everything else. Now, I was a little sweating here because I wasn't sure if I was going to make it to the Kefka in time, especially because Sabin's in the fucking way. So just to be safe, I'm having Terra stand right in front of Bannon in case the soldiers do reach her. So I'm switching to Locke, making the beeline towards Kefka. It's boss battle time.
I kind of like that tactical edge in this battle.
What, just ignoring it?
No, like, just you having to play a bit of tactics with it, too. That's not bad.
Yeah. It's the first time, this is actually the first time ever playing Final Fantasy where I ignore soldiers. But I figured, I have to get a move on.
Kefka's nasty.
Kefka is only a threat in one instance, in that he has access to tier 2 magic, specifically Ice 2.
Right.
If that's single targets, dead, because that's like 450 damage. Multi-targets, not dead, but you might as well be, because that's like 250 damage to everyone.
Right.
And since I'm so low level, yeah, I can't afford that. So Gal's gonna cat scratch. Celeste will runic. Every time. Because Kefka likes to use a lot of magical attacks. And Locke will steal.
And occasionally use a tonic.
Yeah.
Because, he needs to drink for this shit.
Yeah. Kefka, huh? Bottoms up. Luckily for me, I beat Kefka fast enough before he even gets a chance to do Ice 2.
Sweet.
But even then, I still have Celeste on runic, so even if he did do it, I wouldn't worry about it anyway.
Right.
Ouch!
Son of a bitch!
Oh! Watch out, he scratches. This is the first time I saw this. I always thought it was a little weird because Kefka's overworld sprite, he had a green coat and all that. Here, the battle sprite is based off his mono work.
Right.
So it's all colorful, like
or he just throws off the coat.
Yeah. It's like a disco outfit.
Yeah. Where's the Esper? I'm fine. Not you.
I'm over here. All right. We thwarted the Empire's attempts at reaching the Frozen Esper.
Now we have to hope like how this thing wants to work with us.
If we rub it, it's good luck. Uh-oh. Now, this would seem... Now, to the player, this seems like a really dumb idea. But to be fair, Terra was by herself when she encountered the Esper. And the only other two people that were with her to see that are no longer there. So the guys have no idea how the Esper reacts to Terra.
Huh.
And here we go again. Getting some deja vu.
They're going to blow up. We're fused.
She's going to Plaid. Well, not necessarily.
It's still in there?
Yeah.
What is it, a Garuda dragon or something?
Like a salamander dragon.
Oh, cool.
You can kind of see its tail. But I mostly see ice.
Who am I? What if the thing was a dickish sense of humor?
You're a wizard, Terra.
You're a wizard.
I can't be a wizard.
You are a clerk. You work in Miranda as a poor little waitress girl.
You are low.
You've turned to hooking to make a profit. Suddenly you turn pink.
Okay. Terra tapped into her inner 80s hairband metal.
Oh, there.
That scared the shit out of me.
I don't blame you.
First time playing.
Now, did they audible this? Now, color me ignorant here because I don't quite remember. Did they make that scream much more audible in Advanced version where it actually sounds like an authentic woman scream?
Yeah, same sound effect.
Oh.
I would think. I was actually kind of happy about because that scream really really pierces your soul. But okay, Terra has transformed.
Terra's just the X broke.
Yeah, she's transformed. She's losing her mind. She's flying around. It's really cool. I wish I could do that.
Well, later.
Don't need an airship. We could just
hop on Terra.
Yeah, just tie a rope around Terra's waist. Take off. Oh wait, we need the catalyst. Frozen Esper.
What are they dangling in front of her like a giant freaking
like a carrot stick? Ah! This is morally wrong. Fuck it, it's still a free airship.
This is awesome!
Okay, so Terra's transformed.
So Terra transformed. Kefka bailed. We lost the Esper.
Oh no, the Esper's still there. We're just not going anywhere near it. All right. But according to eyewitness reports, they saw her skyrocketing to the west. This just in.
This just in. Pig thing flies off to the west. Scares people shitless.
And the next town we will go to, we shall see the result of her screaming her ass off and flying at 300 miles per hour.
In other events, clown makeup. Goofy fashion statement or iconic piece of the year.
Or cry
Kefka
for
seems
help.
to think so.
All right. So our next destination is the continent to the west. Now, how are we going to get there, you say? Well, we have our ways.
We're gonna walk.
If I could walk 500 miles an hour.
I'm going to walk 500
Yeah,
more.
it feels like that. Da-da-da-da. So you're allowed to choose your formation now.
So we throw out Cyan and Gal because...
For now, I'm sticking with Edgar, Sabin, Celeste, and Locke for one particular event. After that, I'm actually going to backtrack to Narshe and switch my formations up. Because Sabin, Edgar, Celeste, and Locke are my usual team. I want to switch things up for this playthrough.
Okay.
So in the meantime, we can finally explore Narshe. So let's see the goods. We're going to head to the bottom right first and get some treasure inside this lonely house. Because the goods are actually pretty good. Hence good.
They better be.
These goods are ironically bad. 5,000
monster
gold.
in a box.
Earrings. A thief knife. That's great for Locke.
It better be.
The wall ring, which casts reflect. The sneak ring, which improves Locke's chance of stealing. And the thief knife also does that. So if you really want to steal with lock now, now's the time to do it. By the way, the Tintina bar is like a cat's bell.
I know. It's HP regen. It's HP stroll.
Yeah. So give it to Mog. Seems
or give it to anybody who's on health if you turn on city encounter.
No, give it to Go. He's an animal.
Give it to Go because he's an animal. Dingly, dingly, dingly.
Whoa, is that an expletive? I thought 7 was the first to do that.
Nah. I think 4 probably did it first.
American translation?
Maybe.
No, I don't remember.
Because I can't see.
Is Spoonie an expletive?
Huh?
Is Spoonie an expletive?
It could be a rather colorful invective.
Colorful, I think is a better word. Yeah.
Remember, you can be a spoony bard, but never try to spoon your bard.
Yeah. That's just inappropriate. No reason to go back to Ellis up besides the elixir and the clock. So let's get the hell out. Remember, we're not just the wet bandits. We're the elixir bandits.
Sticky too. Yeah. We're going to do the right thing. That's why we're going to steal elixirs from your clock.
Yeah. Hey, Saban's here. Protect the clock. No, break it. It's the only
True
way.
Knight? What was the True Knight relic?
True Knight is this game's guard. You remember the cover materia in 7?
Yeah.
Pretty much the same thing. When someone has the True Knight relic on, whoever is low HP, they'll stand in front of them and take the brunt of the attack.
So basically, it's like a magnetic pole, except they get attracted to the enemy's sword. Oh no!
Oh no! I'll save you, Terra, inadvertently.
Here, hit me as hard as you can. Don't hold back.
You can rest for free in the basement of the weapon shop, man. The house. So you don't have to waste money on the inn. Don't do it. Geothermal devices keep the town warm.
Geothermal. Oh, coal.
That's a good point. The old man brings out that one of the treasure chests inside the house that we raided earlier is locked. I wonder what could be inside there.
Oh.
While I think about that, I'm pooped. I'm going to spit in this bucket.
No.
Full restore. By the way, I love 6's rendition of the prelude theme.
It's pretty good stuff.
Absolute sex to my ears. Oh, yeah.
So while Johnny goes to blows his load there, we're going to go and call it a night. You guys have yourselves a good one.
In the next part, we shall travel to the continent to the west.